¿Qué onda, perrón? Mm, Mi fast sister se está pasando una cuenta de bot. No, 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 no. Qué asco, no.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
A mí sí es que tal se ve esa madre porque la configuré como con la cola.
What a fear in my heart. But you're so supreme. I give my life not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Ah, ok, es que se me olvidó desactivarlo. Ahorita lo quito. Y ahorita te escuchas fuerte, milagro. Estaba probando programas a ver cuál jala más. Snake Eater. Chingue su madre. Incorrecto. Dice, ahora sí pasa el juego en sigilo, pero en sigilo. Ah, a ver qué quiere, nueva partida o la continúo. Continúa, ok. Vale. No recuerdo en qué parte me quedé. Ja, al parecer no guardé.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean. Altitude
¿Se escucha
30,000
o le
feet.
subo más el volumen?
Approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems.
Ok, me gasté.
No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism.
Ah, muy bien,
If you
continuar es
fail,
empezar.
you'll be
Bravo.
back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
No, sí hice la misión virtuosa.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Ya voy a la
Could you do me a
Snake
favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited.
Si se escucha el juego,
Have a
así
cigar.
déjale, no toques nada.
It's Cuban.
Yo escucho bajito.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No,
¿Tú me dices alto de escenas o si le dejo?
something even bigger.
Something big.
Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus,
OKB.
OKB 754, was destroyed in a
Guiño
nuclear
a OKB
explosion.
0.
At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our
Déjalos para
armed
que te metan
forces
un
on
ban por
secondary
copyright Kojima.
Depending on your response, I may
En
be
realidad
left
no me
with
meten
no
copyright.
choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor,
Como no
I was
monetizo,
able
pues
to survive.
como que me da un
Incident.
chingo igual.
But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction.
No mames.
Go on. Who is the soldier?
¿Qué onda, Yair?
Her name is the Boss.
¿Qué onda?
She's a living legend. During
Después de
World War
mucho,
II,
es
she
que
was the one who
ya lo
led
tengo en
us
estos
to victory in
Xbox.
that war. In Russia, you know her as
Y como en el emulador de Play 2 hay un chingo, pues
You
mejor.
mean
Mejor
the
así.
boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
Y a ver si me acuerdo cómo chingados
I'm
pasarlo,
afraid
porque no me
so.
acuerdo.
I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my
¿Está algo a la
deepest
izquierda?
condolences over this
Ah, sí,
terrible
cierto.
tragedy.
So, the
No lo había
boss,
notado.
with Colonel Volgin's help,
Ahorita lo
stole
arreglo.
2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected.
Sí, tiene razón, no lo había visto. Ahorita lo arreglo. No te apures.
Military research facility was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
Se acaba de
That's
mover.
correct. We
De
were
hecho,
not
sí es cierto,
involved in
tienes
any
razón.
way.
Then
Porque
what was a
así no
U.S.
estaba.
military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The Army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes.
Que no le
Preferably
movía nada.
something painful. Prove to me that this is not
Pues
merely
sí, cierto.
another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev
Están
faction,
chuecos.
which seeks to topple my
A ver,
government.
a ver. Pues no, no se pausa. Hijo de su pinche
Volgin
madre.
as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal, huh?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right.
Right.
The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September
Sí,
1960.
¿y a qué hora juegas? ¿Tienes una hora por ahí?
You mean the two NSA
No te entiendo, a ver.
code-breakers who went over to the Soviet
Si así le
Union?
voy a hacer cuando Yair haga el
Precisely.
stream, lo voy a criticar hasta la
Since
iluminación.
then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their
¿A qué hora
codenames are Adam and
juegas?
Eva. I've been told that Adam has
¿A
infiltrated
qué hora
Volgin's
juegas?
ranks.
¿Tienes una hora por ahí?
We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you...
Joder.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
perro. Todavía me acuerdo cuando me pasé el Metal Gear 1 sin guía y sin saber nada. Hoy cualquier hijo de vecina que tenga el mercado viene y te hace spam de listo.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your...
Sí, 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 sí. Rescata Sokolov, descubre lo que ha ocurrido y no en qué, y no en cuánto. No en qué, no en cuánto, no en qué. Ahora sí, veré por qué se ve así de feo. Ah, mira, tienes razón. Transformar. Extender la pantalla. Ok, alright. Vámonos pues. Hijo eso. Dice, tienes que leer las indicaciones y no cómo hacer comer. Así se me acuerda esa parte. Hueco, hueco. Hueco, hueco. Se pone el silenciador en él. Ahorita no. Ahorita es la cinemática. Páselo sin matar a nadie. No he matado a nadie, de hecho.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Go home. Go
Sí.
home. Gru and my sons are
Eso
waiting
no se
up
puede
ahead.
llegar. Tiene que matar a los bosses, no seas güey.
You don't have
Buen-
a prayer of finishing
buen
mission.
punto.
You're not even armed.
Boss.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America.
Está doblando la mano. Las técnicas del Yair.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
This is Snake.
A ver,
Major
aguanta.
Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know.
Yo creo que
But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been
no
sent
nos
out to
trabó
investigate
móvil
the
chat
explosion.
para arriba.
You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Vi que estorba mucho. Bueno, no tengo.
Who's that?
Ah,
Get us some backup.
me tienen que ver. ¿Qué me hicieron? Mátalos. Ah, me tiene que morderle su pinche. Mm, no me acuerdo dónde ir. Es una jodida rana, no le puedo disparar. Bueno, la vida sí. Dorinobota, no.
Who's that?
A ver, espérenme. A ver, ya llegué. ¿Dónde está mi M60? Hijo de su pinche madre. No está mi arma. La madre. Pura granada cha. Puro, con su puro busto. Con su puro le basta. Le sobra. El lugar más jodido. Mm, no dejé nada aquí.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me! Trapped.
Get down!
Dice... Te quedas en la cinemática de Ocelot. Me imagino que sí.
There is your answer.
La sal.
The name's Eva.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious.
Joder. Se me apagó. Qué bueno hexágonos. Aguanta, aguanta, aguanta.
For this mission.
And you were?
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
No, sin querer
Bet
apagué
you've
las
never
voces.
seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
.45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier
Este
on the
juego no lo
finger.
doblaron al
A long
Totanaka,
type
no.
trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
Ya le tradujeron mal, le pusieron abricadas. Se comieron una F.
Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then.
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohan.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse, and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide
Ahora
you with
mueven la boca y no se
information.
escucha.
Nothing more. You look
Saca
disappointed.
fantasma dolorido.
All right then. I'll do something special for you.
Ah, mira, de hecho lo tengo en el Xbox aquí, el avanzado. Te lo pongo si quieres.
I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down.
Para jugar la última misión.
What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna
Vamos a
get
los
that?
live, pero ese es Xbox, mijo. Borra.
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU.
ICU.
Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do
Ah, de la
yourself a
PC.
favor and take a nap.
Va, ¿por qué no?
Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
No funca. Pues, ¿qué creen? Ya se me trabó. Mm, se trabó el juego, no, es que el Xbox y no se puede guardar ahora. ¡Ta madre! ¿Qué hago, chavos? Chavitos. Vamos a ver qué tanto asco de aquí. Entonces vas a tener que empezar y continuar. Probablemente. Es que hace rato, como lo apagué, se cerró la sesión. Y no me acuerdo cómo se le hacía. No me acuerdo cómo se le hacía para iniciar. Ah, ya, ya, ya. Tan, taran, taran. Chingada tu madre. Saca adelante. Juega FIFA. Pues sí, efectivamente. Así es. Ya juega el Pit Walker. A ver, si no se guardó... No, no se guardó.
Yesterday.
Ta madre. Bueno, luego lo paso y lo guardo donde nos quedamos. ¿Cuál le doy? Al Fornite. ¿El Peace Walker? El Fortnite. Con subs. No, esta madre no la tengo actualizada. No tengo ni gold. Cuadrilla del año, ¿verdad? ¿De qué? ¿Cuál juego quieres? ¿El Metal Gear 1? Porque lo tengo, pero no sé si lo pueda jugar. Lo tengo en el español, me parece. Okay. Desapareció. Déjalo. Juega Minecraft. El Big Boss, tiranos de Costa Rica. Looney Tunes.
Hey, boss! Wanna go around?
No, Barbara. Pues pinche madre.
Look alive, ladies! The boss is gonna join us! Show him how it's done, boss! Your first priority in enemy territory is knowing your surroundings. Your life depends on where you are looking, and how...
Sí.
Look up!
Se lo atravieso y media hora después grita.
Good! Look down! Good! You should be familiar with the up and down controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on.
Están invertidos.
Okay! Next, we'll check your left and right. Look right! Good! Look left! Good! You should be familiar with the left and right controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. All right, let's try left and right on the right stick one more time. Look right! Good! Look left! Good! You should be familiar with the left and right controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. Okay! You can change the controls anytime in Options. Go with the method that works best for you. Next, I'll explain how to change stances. If you just stand there like an idiot in front of an enemy, you might as well kill yourself now! At times, you will need to get low to avoid detection. You have 3 stances. Stand, crouch, and lying down. To change stances, use the crouch button. Tap the crouch button to change between standing and crouching. You can move in either stance. Hold the crouch button and keep it held to lie down. However, you cannot move while you are lying down. I'll say that again. You cannot move while lying down. Is that clear?
A ver, ¿cómo que no?
Good! Next, we'll work on your movement. Use the left stick to move around. Tilt it a little to walk slowly. Tilt farther to run. Decide which to use based on your situation. Remember that your footsteps are louder when running, making you easier to discover. Be careful! Good! Now we have rolling. Rolling is useful for knocking down enemies in your way, and for getting away when surrounded. You can also use it to jump over small ditches and other obstacles. To roll, tap the crouch button while running. You got that? Tap the crouch button while running! Don't forget it! That's it! Next, I will explain how to attack without gunfire. You may run into an enemy unexpectedly. You may not have a weapon on you. Or you may be out of ammo. You'll still need an effective attack strategy. One well-placed strike and the enemy won't know what hit him. To strike an enemy, press the attack button while standing still. On my command, press the attack button repeatedly and take down your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! Next, we're gonna practice using the stun rod. Hitting someone with the stun rod will shock them with 1.5 million volts. Anyone on the receiving end of that is guaranteed to be out cold. To use the stun rod, press the aim button to ready it, then press the attack button. You'll be glad to know we're using mock stun rods for this training session. When your partner attacks, make him believe it's the real deal. Prepare yourself for stun rod training. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Now we'll move on to CQC. CQC, or Close Quarters Combat, refers to when engaging an enemy in battle at very close range. It is a quick and efficient way of eliminating a threat. There are various CQC techniques. We will go over each of them. Don't get cocky because you think you know them. This will be different from what you're used to. Pretend you are learning it for the first time. The first technique is throwing your opponent. To do this, position yourself near your opponent and press the attack button while you tilt the left stick. Be sure to press the attack button when the icon appears. Now, wait for my command and throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! Next, I'm going to teach you how to restrain an opponent close to you. This is a cornerstone of CQC. Grab hold of an enemy, and the bastard's life is in your hands. What you do from there is up to you. Just know that if you restrain him for too long, the average person will most likely pass out. Something to keep in mind. Let's begin. To restrain your opponent, hold down the attack button while near them. Restrain your opponent on my command. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! Now we will throw your opponent after restraining them. To throw an enemy to the ground, press a direction on the left stick when you have them restrained. Restrain your opponent and throw them on my command. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Now we will try CQC against multiple enemy opponents. You can also take out a group of enemies by throwing an opponent you have restrained. First, restrain an opponent by pressing the attack button near them. Then, tilt the left stick to throw them. By tilting the left stick toward other enemies, you can send your captive flying straight into them. On my command, restrain and then throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Ay, pendejo.
That is incorrect, boss! That is incorrect, boss! That is incorrect, boss! Tilt the left stick while restraining the opponent, boss! That is incorrect, boss! That is incorrect, boss!
Ah, yeah.
Fantastic! Again! Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! All right! Why don't we do something special since the boss is here? Anyone who feels like getting their ass kicked, step forward! Don't hold back, boss! When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Next. Fine work, boss! Again! Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears!
¿Qué pareció, hijo de su pinche madre?
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! I'll explain it again! When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Vale, güey.
Fantastic! And stop! That's it for today! Thank you, boss! Snake!
What's going on, Kaz?
We've got guests.
Time to move.
Don't worry, it's not our friends from Langley. I brought him. Made sure we won't fall.
Thank you, Big Boss.
Call me Snake.
Oh, sorry, Vic Boss.
Listen up. For us, there is no victory.
But in Revolution, doesn't one triumph or die?
We don't do either.
Here.
Ah, thank you. I feel like a new man. There's no coffee like Costa Rican coffee.
So, what brings a distinguished scholar from the Costa Rican government to Colombia?
Professor Galvez comes from Costa Rica's University for Peace.
You see, over the past year, there have been sightings of an armed group in Costa Rica. They're not ours, of course.
Costa Rica doesn't have an army.
Correct. Article 12 of our Constitution states that the army as a permanent institution is abolished.
The Peace Constitution.
You think it's rebels who fight in Nicaragua?
No, they don't appear to be guerrillas. They're far too organized.
What's your government's take?
The authorities in San Jose claim it's a multinational security firm, hired by the Development Corporation of Costa Rica.
La primera vez ella fue la que
They're bringing in state-of-the-art
lo incitó y
equipment
ya
by
la
the
segunda
shipload.
sí fue obligado.
Where'd they get that kind of cash?
I fear La CIA may be involved.
The CIA.
As you both know, the United States views Central America as its backyard. Even after Cuba, we've managed to maintain a delicate balance with the U.S.
And your government can't just give them the boot?
Can't.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
Japan's constitution has something similar. Article 9. It says Japan renounces war and can't maintain an army.
I understand that you and your men have neither state nor ideology. That you will fight any foe. Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country.
Lo obligaron.
We come to you, the Militaires Sans Frontières.
So, you want to hire us?
Yes.
O sea, las primeras veces
as
no,
our deterrent.
pero las demás
we can't afford to pay much, it's true. But
que él no quiso, pues sí.
We can offer you this. A forward operating base.
En teoría
an offshore plant in the Caribbean.
Sounds pretty good to me. This place is becoming a mess anyway. Snake, we need someplace we can settle down.
The governments agreed to cooperate.
Lo hicieron un chingo de veces.
Unofficially, of course.
A chopper for transport would be nice too.
I'll see what I can do.
Hold it. You seem to think we're just a pack of dogs of war. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I've heard. You're an army without a state.
No, we've only left our countries behind.
Please, you must help us.
If your suspicions are true, force isn't going to do any good. You'll have to find a political solution.
The government's hands are tied.
Go back to your
Sí, mira,
bosses in
checa.
San Jose.
Revisa las cintas
I'll introduce them to a negotiator I know.
¿Cómo se llama?
No. I'm not here.
Del Ground Zeroes. Y vas a ver que sí.
So, what are you doing here?
Y también
For over 20 years, I've preached the virtues of peace at multiple universities.
en Ground Zeroes también las cintas.
Tonight, I stand before you as an educator.
Y en el segundo final también lo
This is
dice.
my student. She came to me to study peace. Her name is Paz. Paz Ortega.
Paz. Peace.
No kidding. That's my name too. Kazuhira. It's Japanese for peace. Pleased to meet you, Paz. Call me Kaz.
They've got a supply port north of Puerto Limon, a town in la Costa del Mar Caribe. A few days ago, Paz stumbled upon that facility while searching for a lost friend. She was captured. She's only a child, 16 years old. They did terrible things to her, but somehow she managed to escape.
Oh, thank God.
She's huérfana. Her mother died when she was small, and she lost her grandparents in the Civil War. She hates war with a passion like no other.
Muy pendejo.
My name is Paz.
Jaja, el Miller se quiere sentir japonés como Gerard. Pendejo.
It is my one and only purpose.
Sus papás, no recuerdo si su papá es japonés, y no sé
Get them out of my country.
pero sí
Make them
tiene
leave Costa
descendencia.
Rica.
Sorry, kid.
We know who you are, Big Boss.
Descendiente
That
japonés.
is why we've come to you.
Militaires sans fronteras.
Miller here. Do you copy, Snake? I see you've landed. That makes one giant leap for us. I'm sending this from the offshore plant, our mother base. The signal is unidirectional. I'll be giving you commands and advice through this channel. Keep your headphones on at all times and pay attention. Also, make sure no one else can listen in. Snake, are you clear on the controls? Take a minute to refresh your memory. Use the left stick to move. Use the right stick to adjust your view. To change your settings, use the Start button to open the menu. There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice? Select a target and squeeze off a round or two.
Creo que se pintan la cara con su lista de
while holding
muertitos.
RB to switch weapons. Ready your weapon with LT, then press RT to fire. How about a little shooting practice? Try hitting a coconut.
¿Y cómo era la
Equipment by
puntería?
pressing the X or B button while holding LB.
Ah, ya vi.
To check your map, press the
Joder.
Start button to open the menu. The M16 is a standard assault rifle, capable
Nope.
of rapid fire. driftwood, buoys. There are plenty of targets around here. That's it! Perfect. That's it!
Dice, lo malo de los juegos de Kojima es que las intros tutoriales duran como 3 días.
The facility you're headed for is past that fence. A grenade should be able to take out that gate. Grenades explode. You throw them, Snake? Use LT to ready throwing weapons. Once you've readied the weapon, throw with RT. When using throwing weapons, hold the attack button down longer to throw farther. You won't throw the weapon until you let go of the button. Don't you think you could use a little more practice?
Ahora se fue hasta la chingada. Ah, ya le agarré. Vas a comprar el Death Stranding. Ya sé que estaba abierta, pero quería practicar a ver cómo estaba el rebote de la granada.
Man, am I glad to be out of here. Finally, we can leave all that crap in San Geronimo behind and break into the mercenary business for real. Let me guess. You're doing it for her, aren't you? For her.
Se puede, ¿no?
Are they still here?
Come on, Snake. This could be good for us. They're willing to give us an offshore plant, a place we can finally put down some roots. This is our chance to expand MSF.
We don't need a place to stay, Kaz. We're nomads. We always will be.
What? You'd rather keep wandering from conflict to conflict? Tools in the hands of whoever's fighting at the time?
The second we settle down, who's to say we won't become the warmongers?
Listen to me, Snake. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business. A new kind of business. Look, it's not like we're trying to start a war here. All we need to do is find out who this security company really is.
Come on, Kaz. It's pretty obvious that they're backed by the CIA.
Wait a sec. That would mean...
Our friend, the professor, is likely KGB.
I see.
We'd be making an enemy of our homeland.
And there'd be no turning back.
Ah, this damn thing won't light.
Huh?
Put on some coffee, Kaz. It's time for a little chat with the professor.
I was a heavy smoker. When I got my medal from the Secretary General, he gave me this prosthetic hand as well. But smoking was ruining my lungs, so I quit. I've not had much use for it since. It's quite an honor to meet the legendary Big Boss.
That's just a code name the CIA made up.
Then perhaps I should call you John.
I don't have a name. Stop using that code name you liked so much 10 years ago. What about you, comrade? What do they call you back at Center?
Well then, allow me to get straight to the point. Land as slim as a whip, hot as torture.
That's the Chilean poet, Neruda.
Central America is the navel of the American continents, bridging north and south. We want this land. We'll build a socialist stronghold, then use it to split the Americas in two.
America would lose its backyard.
And with it, its economic production, shipping lanes, and strategic value. We, on the other hand, would gain a base from which all of Latin America would be well within our reach. He who controls Central America will win this Cold War. First comes Nicaragua, toppling the pro-American Somoza regime. In preparation, we've begun instigating anti-Somoza sentiment and providing aid to the Sandinista National Liberation Front.
You're manipulating Sandinista into overthrowing Somoza for you.
After the revolution, Nicaragua will become a socialist state.
You think America's just gonna let that happen?
Certainly not. After all, the CIA is already here.
And that's the armed group inside Costa Rica.
Precisely. It's clear that they've been sent in to disrupt our efforts across the border in Nicaragua. Simply put, the army now stationed in Costa Rica is CIA capital. But it's more complex than that.
Snake.
The CIA's got something else planned as well.
What?
La
That
pregunta
is the
es, ¿por
million-dollar
qué Costa
question.
Rica?
Big boss, we want you and your unit to find the answer.
No sé.
Infiltrate and investigate the facility in La Costa where Paz was imprisoned. Learn all you can of their operations. Then drive them out of the country.
Ah, sí, por café.
You're asking us to
Ubicas
settle
a
a
Juan
turf
Batis.
war between the KGB and the CIA.
What about her? That was all just an act?
You mean her words about peace? She was captured, that much is true. But I've kept my KGB affiliation from her.
And you thought we'd fall for a sob story?
No. I had good reason to bring her along. She managed to escape with her life, but her friend was not so lucky. Why were they attacked? I believe this will help explain. Perhaps they saw something they weren't supposed to. Perhaps they heard something they shouldn't have.
A cassette tape?
Paz took this during her escape. She says her friend happened to record it by accident.
What is that?
A portable stereo cassette player. The first of its kind.
Ah, I heard they were working on something like that in Japan. Didn't know you guys were too.
I believe what you're about to hear will help you understand.
What is that? A Quetzal?
The phoenix bird.
Paz's friend was researching birds. She went out into the jungle to record bird calls and stumbled upon this.
So? So what?
So what?
Now it gets interesting.
Poisonous. I need to get rid of it. I chase it back to its nest. You can't. The snake's too vicious. It's all many people. I chase it away. It will bite you unless you kill it. Go home.
Boss, voice print analysis confirms that this voice is indeed that of the legendary hero and criminal, the boss.
What?
The other hasn't been identified. Female in her 30s with a British accent. The song playing in the background was a hit in 1973.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your mentor? Your mission or your beliefs? I am loyal to myself.
Boss is alive in Costa Rica. As I understand it, she was your commander, fought by your side. And that you killed her under orders from the CIA, thus surpassing her to become the hero known as Big Boss. Well, what'll it be? Will you take the job?
Snake, it's gotta be a trap.
So you still can't turn your back on your country. Then I suppose you won't need this.
Wait!
Snake?
I'll do it for the girl. For Paz.
Okay. For peace, then.
Ya me hice bolas, voy a tener que ver en el video de... No, ese güey no lo cuenta bien, mira. Te voy a pasar la... Güey que explica con madre el pinche la saga. Y no es ese pinche CD.
There they are. CIA mercs. Snake, you've got to get past them undetected. Avoid combat whenever possible. This is a sneaking mission. Hide behind stuff. Take the long way around. Whatever it takes to stay out of sight. Your gun is a last resort. It could just as easily kill you as save you.
Enemies close by!
Ay, pendejo, tengo el arma.
Got it. Run for it. It's either that or take out every last enemy soldier.
Enemy sighted.
Negative. We can't spare reinforcements. You'll have to make this equipped to automatically recover life when it reaches 0.
Pendejo, tenía la pinche arma. Joder.
Good. You shook them. They're still looking, though. Don't make it easy for
A
them.
ver, cómo me curo.
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base. This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Contact lost. Going to alert status.
Understood. The enemy should still be nearby. Find him.
Sí, no. Es que le quise dar y tenía la pinche M4 equipada. Con los nachos.
HQ, come in.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol.
Come
All
on.
clear.
Understood. Stay vigilant.
No me acuerdo cómo se activa el palo eléctrico.
The indicator in the upper right serves as a compass and shows sound sources. Pay attention to your surroundings. Unfortunately, you can't crawl this time around.
¿Y cómo agarro los nachos?
When you clear the jungle, you'll be there.
Ah.
Head east.
Los nachos. A ver, ¿ya vas a caminar o qué?
The percentage in the upper right is your camo index. The lower the number, the more easily you'll be spotted. Conspicuous movements and loud noises will compromise your camo index. Your fatigues will act as camouflage.
Start talking. Someone attacking? The enemy's attacking! On status!
Understood. Maintain heightened alert.
¿La madre no estaba dormido?
HQ, come in.
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Stay vigilant. Keep your eye on what's left of your life gauge on the left of the screen. To the right of that, you'll see your sight
Ahora, ¿para dónde
gauge.
voy?
Exhausting it will inhibit your actions. Your life gauge will recover with time. The sight gauge, too. You'll recover faster crouching than standing up. Lying flat works even better.
A ver cómo paso por aquí. Toques, toques.
Make your way east.
Ah, pues sí era por aquí. Pregúntale a ese buen hombre de amarillo con el teléfono.
Looks like you're inside the compound. Security is tight. Stay sharp.
A ver, tengo que la pistola silenciada, como por qué no la he usado. ¿No? Qué rara puntería.
Hey!
Ah, qué bueno. ¿Cómo le cambio? ¿Cómo le cambio la...?
Your objective is the building to the east.
No me acuerdo. ¿Cómo se cambió el...? Ay, no quiere hacer eso.
Start talking. Start talking.
What?
Start talking.
Bueno.
Yes, sir, we broke them. We acquired the whereabouts of target 500.
Acknowledged. Spears are loaded. The barge has cleared Point Bravo.
Acknowledged. Out.
Freeze! The cargo, where's it headed?
Se fue la chingada.
What is it?
Air suit! In the mountains!
What's up there? What's up? Freeze! The cargo, where's it headed? What is it?
Air suit! In the mountains!
What's up there?
No me dejan comer.
This is Snake. Kaz, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You found a radio.
It's got a circuit that reverses the audio phase.
Let's switch frequencies from time to time, just to make sure we're not detected.
I found a map of their bases. The cargo's heading from the marshes west towards Irasu.
Nice going, boss.
Kaz, this place is full of film badges. Dozens of them.
Film badges? Like the ones used to measure radiation exposure?
The radio man was wearing one. And whoever he was talking to called the cargo spears.
Wait, that would mean...
Nukes. They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
Holy Mother of God.
Vice Walker. Preferiría que ese, pero bueno.
How's that map, Snake? Think you can use it?
It tells me where their bases are, but it's just a bunch of points. No routes. I need better intel on the lay of the land.
Snake, the professor said he's got the Sandinistas on his side. Said you should get in touch with the FSL and Comandante.
Do they know they're backed by the KGB?
Nah. As far as they know, they're really fighting for the revolution. The KGB is staying behind the scenes.
Y esos
I'm not sure the
señores,
Sandinistas are aware of what's really going on.
Still can't believe anybody would bring nukes here.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Costa Rica's party to the Tlatelolco Treaty, which declares
Ya se
Latin
va,
America
sí, ya
a free
termino,
zone.
guardo esto.
Based on Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles, it bans the testing, use, import, or
Mañana
deployment of nuclear
continúo con el
weapons.
3.
If word of this gets out, Opinol will be forced to act. It'll cause an international uproar.
The treaty was signed to prevent another Cuban Missile Crisis.
A ver
If the
qué
US
fregados
itself is gonna scrap it.
Latin America is too close to spawning another Cuba or two already. The entire continent would become one big powder keg.
Well, if they did bring nukes, we can't let them get away with it.
Are they planning a test, showing off? Or is it all to keep the anti-American movement in check?
Good question. Why bring them here? I can't figure it out.
Whatever the CIA's up to in Costa Rica, the professor wants it stopped. We need to find out what that something is.
We need to get ready first, Kaz. Repairs?
Working as fast as we can, boss. This place is pretty beat. Looks like hell. But as long as you're with us, we'll make it heaven. No one can bother us here. No state telling us what to do. This is the MSF's haven, our mother base. And with this foothold, we'll back you up even better than before. We're gonna turn this pile of junk into something big.
Dispositivo no sé qué... sí. La madre. Bueno, aquí la dejo entonces. Le hago tutoriales y ya. Y ya después hago, no sé. Ajá. Ajá. Ok. Bueno, pues aquí le dejo entonces. Nos vemos. Tere, tere, tere. El Gerardito está en línea. Bueno, ahí nos vemos. Pum, pum, pum. Purum, purum, purururu. Pinche risa de pendejo.